The moment cold water enters your mouth, a powerful internal reaction begins, far more dramatic than you might expect. As the icy liquid hits your tongue, thousands of cold receptors activate instantly. Your warm mouth meets freezing water, creating a faint frosty vapor. Deep inside the tongue, nerves spark to life. They light up with glowing blue signals, detecting the cold temperature instantly. Every drop sliding across the tongue stimulates sensory neurons. They fire rapidly, sending urgent messages deeper into the nervous system. A cold shockwave races upward, like an icy electric pulse, traveling from your mouth toward the brain. Inside your head, nerve pathways glow bright blue. Your tongue transmits rapid signals, telling your brain exactly how cold the water is. As the signals reach the brain, neurons flash with icy blue bursts. This instant response creates that refreshing cold hit you feel immediately. Now the water moves deeper. Slow motion droplets fall toward your throat, leaving behind a trail of cool vapor. Inside the throat, muscles tighten gently as the cold liquid passes through. The entire airway glows with shimmering blue tones. As the cold water moves downward, the vagus nerve reacts. It lights up, sending new signals to the brain and heart. The chill expands through your neck, following nerve pathways downward. Blue lines of cold sensation spread like frost through the upper body.
As the cold water leaves the mouth, it begins its icy descent through the esophagus, and the reaction becomes even more intense. Inside the chest, the esophagus contracts rhythmically. Cold water slides downward, leaving behind a glowing blue trail as the muscles tighten around it. The sudden temperature drop sends a shock wave through the warm tissue. You can see the esophageal wall react instantly, glowing with frosty ripples as the cold moves deeper. Microscopic cells shrink slightly from the cold impact, while the entire chest cavity fills with a faint, chilled mist. Your body knows something unusually cold is passing through. The esophagus glows bright icy blue as it guides the cold water downward. In a thermal view, the contrast is dramatic, a cold line cutting through a warm body. Nerves surrounding the esophagus light up and shoot signals back to the brain. Your brain sends quick adjustments to help stabilize temperature. Half the body remains warm, while the cold wave travels straight down through the center. And with that, the cold water is only seconds away from reaching your stomach, where an even bigger internal reaction is about to happen.
As the cold water finally reaches the stomach, the body faces the biggest temperature shock yet. Inside the upper torso, the chilled liquid splashes into the warm stomach chamber. Instantly, the stomach walls contract, reacting to the sudden cold impact. The inner lining of the stomach glows with a cool blue tone as icy vapor rises. Warm digestive fluids clash with the cold water, creating a swirling mist inside the organ. The cold shock spreads outward. Nearby organs and blood vessels briefly tighten, a natural response known as vasoconstriction, as the body tries to protect its core warmth. Microscopic cells in the stomach shrink and vibrate from the temperature change. Slowly, the body begins warming the cold water, raising it back toward body temperature. A faint blue ripple spreads across the upper torso, showing how the shock moves through nerves and tissues. The stomach stabilizes, preparing to send this cooled water deeper into the digestive system. But the journey isn't over. The cold water is now moving toward the intestines, where an entirely different reaction begins.
The cold signal reaches the heart. For a moment, the heartbeat rises slightly and blood vessels tighten, glowing blue as they constrict to conserve warmth. Nerve pathways across the chest light up like electric lines. Your lungs react with a sharp, deeper inhale, a natural reflex triggered by the cold wave moving through the torso. Inside the half-body cutaway, every organ briefly shifts in color. Warm red fades to cool blue as the cold sensation spreads through your chest and circulatory system. A thermal-style view shows patches of cooling across the upper body. Meanwhile, the brainstem takes control, adjusting breathing, heart rate, and internal temperature. The heart pumps faster for a few seconds, pushing warm blood to balance the temperature shock. Slowly, the body stabilizes, warmth returning, blue fading, core heat rising again. But the cold water isn't done yet. Once it moves deeper into the intestines, the hydration phase begins and the body starts absorbing every drop.
Now, the cold water leaves the stomach and enters one of the most important parts of your body, the small intestine. 3D intestines glow with icy blue streaks as the chilled water flows inside. The warm intestinal walls instantly begin absorbing it, trying to match the body's internal temperature. Microscopic villi inside the intestines light up as they pull water into the bloodstream. Tiny hydration particles rise upward like glowing blue sparks, traveling into blood vessels. A full torso cutaway shows these particles rushing through veins and arteries. Muscles, organs, and tissues brighten, each one absorbing the fluid your body desperately needs. The hydration wave warms as it spreads, stabilizing after the cold shock. The body now uses this water to maintain temperature, cushion organs, and support digestion. Finally, the entire upper body pulses softly with light. Cells become more active, the brain sharpens, and the heart pumps smoother, showing the subtle power that proper hydration brings. From tongue to stomach to bloodstream, one simple sip of cold water triggers an incredible journey inside your body.